I am so excited. Oh my goodness. Hi, I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Today I'm going to be sharing with you, as you can tell from the title, I got to create an Hermes special order bag. So I'm going to tell you about how I got to do that, and then I'm going to explain a little bit about the process in case you're curious about that, because I didn't know a lot of these things and I found it absolutely fascinating. So before we get into this video, if you're new to my channel, my name is Melinda. If you're returning, welcome back. If you haven't done so already, I'd love it if you would just take one moment and hit that subscribe button down below and the bell notification. So also before we get into this, I am really into white shirts and turquoise jewelry lately. It's different white shirt and different jewelry, but I think my last 3 or 4 videos have been white shirts and turquoise jewelry. I did change shirts today. I change shirts every day, but you know what I mean. So let's get into this. Sorry, I have really bad allergies here in the spring, worse than normal. So I got a call not too long ago from my sales associate, and I was sitting there, it was like a Friday night, I think. My phone's sitting on the coffee table, and my husband's like, your phone is ringing. I never have my ringer on. Do you guys have your ringer on? I never do. I'm terrible, terrible, terrible. I miss calls, texts, everything. I just don't. I assumed it was one of my kids and picked up the phone, and it was my Hermes sales associate. And so I was really happy to talk to her. I figured I knew what she was calling me about, and that was not what she was calling me about at all. It was to let me know that I could make a special order bag, and I was so shocked. So let me back up a little bit to January of 2020. I sent her an email that we were going to be coming to Las Vegas in February, and I asked if there was any possibility whatsoever of getting a Birkin or a Kelly. I fully expected the response to be no, to be very polite. She's such a lovely lady, but I expected it to be a no. But I'm always kind of like, if you don't ask, you don't know, so it doesn't hurt to ask, as long as you're being polite when you ask. So she emailed me back and she said, I definitely think there's a possibility of getting a special bag. So I did, and I will link that video down below. I ended up with a Birkin and a Kelly last year, and I will link how I got those down below. So fast forward to this January, and I text her and I said, do you think there's a chance I can get a special bag this year? And I have 2 really big life events this year. I have my husband and I have our 30th wedding anniversary, and I have a very special birthday coming up. And she knows this. We talked about this last fall. She texted me back and was like, there's not a lot of slots. I'll see what I can do. I'll do my very best for you. And I was like, thank you so much. Just the fact that even she would consider, offering me a bag again this year after I got 2 last year, I thought was so sweet. So a little bit of time went by, and I asked her if she had some time to call me, because I was going to ask her, about the current colors, not the ones that are always returning, but, what the new colors are, and pinks, blues, and all this stuff. Just wanted to see what was coming out. And she's talking to me, and she's telling me again, about the slots, and there's not very many. And I'm like, it's starting to click that we're talking about a special order bag and not a quota bag. And I'm like, I asked her, I'm like, oh my goodness, are you talking that I actually could have any possibility of getting a special order bag? And she's like, yes, that's what we've been talking about all this time. And I'm like, that's not what I've been talking about at all. And I don't know, very honestly, that I ever would have actually asked for this. I don't, like I said, I asked for things, but I don't know that I would have asked for this. So I was just like ecstatic. We had a nice call. I got off the phone. I'm like screaming and telling my husband, I'm like, there's a chance. Oh my goodness. Like, I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, it's not going to happen, but just, it was a fun thought. I told my daughters, and some time goes by. We have another phone call. And this time, we're talking, I'm like, it's absolutely not a possibility. This year is just so different than other years. And I'm like, I felt like it wasn't going to happen. And that was fine. And I don't expect anything ever from anybody. And that was totally fine. But I was like, she's like, I'll still do my best. But I'm like, it's not going to happen. Not for me. And I got a phone call from her maybe like a week or 2 later, and I'm like, it's for the special order. It was not. It was for something else that I had been wanting for a while, but it wasn't the exact item I wanted. So when she called the last time, I'm like, I bet what I wanted came in. No thought in my head whatsoever that this was going to be the call. Zero. I'm like, I'd already told my husband, and like after that, it's not happening, and that's fine. And she also told me she would try again for me in the fall. So she said, there's 2 times this year that I can try for you. So the spring and the fall. I was like, that's fine. So we talked for a few minutes, and she's like, I want to let you know that you have the chance to make a special order bag. Oh my goodness. I was like, I'm going to have to put you on mute for a moment because I'm going to scream really, really loud. And she's laughing, and I did. I muted and I screamed. You probably can't picture me screaming, but I screamed really, really loud. I was jumping up and down. I was so excited. So I had a little bit of time to kind of think about what I wanted and to kind of look at, look online at different leathers and styles and colors and all this stuff. And I had so much fun with my family. I called my daughters, or texted and called them both. And my oldest daughter was like, well, of course you got it. You're a VIP. And I'm like, oh, no, honey. No. I am nowhere near a VIP. Absolutely not. And my other daughter, she kind of understood it a little bit more, but it was funny. They were so sweet, and I was telling them colors, and I was sending them pictures, and they were telling me what they liked and didn't like, and we were talking about different leathers. And one of them, my husband and my youngest, both really wanted me to choose ostrich, and my oldest was like, you can't do that. Ostriches are so cute. So it was just so fun, though. They were so helpful. My husband was just amazing. So I did mine virtual because I thought about flying out there, and she's like, you really don't have to fly out here for this. I promise we can do this, and if you need more than one, virtual call, we can do it another time too. If you are confused, and we'll go over it all. And she made it so easy and so, seamless. So I don't have pictures. Normally when people talk about this, they have pictures of themselves in the boutique with all the swatches. But since we were doing it as a FaceTime call on the computer, I didn't take any pictures of that because I wasn't sure if it was appropriate or wasn't appropriate. Because whenever I'm in a store, I always ask if it's okay if I take pictures of this or that. So I did not do that. But yes, I'm like, I am so excited. I've just been over the moon. I never ever thought in a million years ever that I would get this kind of an opportunity. And that's why one daughter really wanted me to get the ostrich. I'm like, this is never going to happen again in my lifetime. This is just amazing. And she's like, well, if it's never going to happen again, then go for the exotic. So yes, I'm super excited. I made my choice, and now it's a wait to see when it comes in. So I'm going to kind of go over a little bit about the process in case you don't know about it, because I didn't know a whole lot about it myself either. I did a lot of research, and so I was specifically looking at Birkins and Kellys. There are other bags that you can do with the special orders. I did not get to see like all the booklets and papers and all that stuff. So since it was virtual, I just got to pick the colors. So let me get some eye candy, and then we'll go over the process. Okay, so I got a little bit of eye candy for you. Excuse me. Tell you what, Tennessee in the spring. I do want to point out, I know I am way more red than I normally am. I'm super excited, and when I get super excited or super mad, either one, just red. When I did my call with her, I was just beet red from the chest to my face. It was just, it's just the nature of my skin. Unfortunately, I don't like it, but you just got to go on with life. I can't like stop every time I turn red and wait an hour for it to go away to film. So it is what it is. So when you're getting a special order, let's say you want a Birkin or a Kelly and you know exactly what size, or one of the other bags that they offer, and you're like, I want this size and this leather. It may not work out that way because not every leather is offered in every color, and like some of the colors are just not offered at all. So you may really want a Birkin 25 in Rose Sakura, and you may not care what leather. Rose Sakura was not on any of the choices this season. So it just depends, and you know, on what is what. So I'm gonna tell you the leathers that were offered. The first is Clemence, and I did bring out my Evelyn in the PM size. This is gold and this is Clemence. It's a really big, natural grained leather. And I can't see around to see, hopefully you can see that. It's really, really pretty leather. And so this is one of the ones that was offered. I brought as many examples as I could out. Epsom was also offered. I have this in a Bastia, and it is a stamped leather with like a really tight, like little pebbled look to it, kind of similar to Chanel's Caviar leather. Swift, which I did not bring out, I have that on 2 belts. Swift is a very soft, there's no grains, it's a really beautiful, beautiful leather. Togo, which my Kelly 32 has. This is also a larger grained and a natural grained leather. Maybe the back, there we go. So there's Togo, and then Chev goatskin, Mysore goatskin. I have several of these examples. I have 3. So let me hold these up. And this is a natural grain as well. And so there is the goatskin. And you normally do not get goatskin bags. They are usually in small leather goods. And ostrich was the exotic option. So this one is in Novello leather. Novello was not offered at all. So it's kind of interesting. And out of all of them, they have all different, like I said, they don't all have the same color selections, but the one that had the most colors offered was the Epsom. So just an example of that. Let's say you really want a rose azalee bag. That was an option, but it only comes in Epsom and Clemence. So if you wanted it in Togo or Swift or Chev, it's, you know, you couldn't get that. Another really, really cool thing is the Kelly comes in 2 different styles. The style that I have is called Return, and that just means that the stitches are turned in, and I will insert a picture of Cellier. And Cellier is, the stitches are on the outside, and they also have Birkins now in Cellier as well. You can get a Cellier Birkin as a quota bag, as an offer bag. You cannot get a Cellier bag for Kelly unless you get Epsom leather. So if you want a different kind of leather than Epsom, then you do get a chance to do that with this, and your choices for that are the Chev goatskin or the ostrich. You can get those both in the Cellier, and of course you can get the Epsom as well. So I thought that was really interesting. And on the Kelly, also something that's really interesting, you can also get different strap lengths. You cannot, I had read somewhere that you could customize your strap length. You cannot do that, at least my store couldn't do that, so I'm assuming that you cannot do that. But there were 3 different strap length options that you could choose from. Then the hardware. So the hardware you can get is the gold, which both of my bags that I have are in the gold, or you can get the palladium, which is silver, or you can get the brushed gold, the brushed palladium, which those are not offered on quota bags, those are only on special order bags. You can also get, I'm forgetting the name of it right now, permabrass, which is like more of a light gold color. And then you can also get rose gold, but you can only get rose gold on the Birkin. So see how interesting it gets? It's like all these different like little rules. So I thought that was really fun. So then there's several options that you can do with the bags. And so you can do a solid bag like I have here. Like say you've been wanting a black Birkin in a 30 in Epsom leather forever, and this one is Novello, but say you've been wanting that, you haven't gotten that offer, you can do that. Let me take my organizer out. This one is the blush from 7RP. So you can have it black and black, just all one color. Or you can do Verso, which is, I think I'm saying this correctly. I think Verso is this one, where it's black on the outside or whatever color you want. And then you can do a color on the inside. And there's only certain colors that they offer on the inside if you want to do it that way. And then the third way, which I think the Kelly is a little bit of a better example for this one. It's a little bit easier to see because it's not black. Let me take my get my 7RP organizer out. So the third way is by color. So the front, the bag, the flap, the back, and the bottom are all the same color. And then your sides here, the handle, and your sangles, let me put that down. Your sangles here are going to be all the same color, the different color, whatever color you chose for that. The sangles and the handle will be that. The interior will be the same as the front and the back of the bag. So you can do all sorts of really, really neat things. And it's also called an HSS bag, which means horseshoe stamped. Say that really fast several times. So what that means, where it says Hermes Paris, made in France, you'll have a little horseshoe in front of that. So it'll be noted as it's a special order bag. So that is kind of the process of it. And they do have other exotics. They have crocodile and they have alligator. And those are very, very limited for really, really, really VIPs. So how did I get offered this? 100%, like I said with the other bags, the relationship, and she also knows that these are like two huge things. And you know, she was like super excited to offer this to me for one of these events, and we've decided it's going to be for our anniversary. This is going to be from my husband to me for our 30th wedding anniversary. So it may come in this year. She wasn't sure. It might be next spring. You really just never know when you do these, when you're going to get them, but whenever it comes in, I am so excited. I still cannot believe that, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't believe that I had the opportunity to do this, and I'm so grateful to her. She is such a lovely, lovely person, and we clicked. I met her 4 years ago. I had been in an Hermes boutique in Las Vegas and was treated really badly, and I was like kind of turned off the brand, and I didn't go in another boutique for a long time. And I actually met her on the phone, and we were talking about this when I did my special order. I'm like, do you remember how we met? And she's like, yes. And I had called and I wanted to purchase something, and she was just so kind to me that I didn't intend on telling her about that story, but I'm chatty. I'm really chatty, and I did. I'm like, this happened, and you've been so lovely. And she's like, that should never happen. No one should ever make you feel uncomfortable. And it's just, she's just lovely, and I just appreciate it so much, and I'm so excited. But if you were curious kind of about the process, this is it. And yeah, so thank you so much for letting me share. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of all over the place because I'm so excited. I hope you have an amazing day today. Take care. Bye-bye.